Hey girls, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I took my very greasy third day hair and turned it into this full voluminous Victoria's Secret body wave. So this is definitely not the trendiest hairstyle, I would say, but in my opinion, I think it's very elegant and classy and glamorous and very supermodel type hair. I feel like this is the original like Victoria's Secret look. Where have these curls gone? Everyone is all about the beachy waves. So this hairstyle requires some hair skills, but if you like don't really know how to handle a curling iron, then I would just wait a little, practice, get some more practice, girl. It's definitely doable, and I think I did a good job explaining it. So just keep on watching to see how I achieved this curl. And if you recreate this look or if you find this video helpful at all, please leave a comment and just let me know. I'm really hoping that you guys are able to achieve this type of curl. Be careful, please don't burn yourself. If you need help, ask someone for help or practice on somebody else and get the hang of it that way. That's always the best way to learn how to curl hair or braid or whatever it is you want to learn, is to practice on somebody else and then do it on yourself. So as you can see, I am like 50% ready to go. I have all of my makeup on, but we have a little situation here. So this hair is now the third day since I washed it. I washed it at night and I slept on it wet. So I'm like super against that, but I went hiking and I needed to shower before bed and I did not have the energy to blow dry it. So here we are. So that was day one. The next morning I worked out at Orange Theory. I just threw my hair up in a ponytail. It was a crazy ponytail day, but that's what it was. So I worked out that morning, came home, took a body shower later that day, kept the same hair, and then yesterday was basically the same thing. So I worked out yesterday morning and then took a body shower, and here we are, day 3, and I'm going to show you guys how I rescue my third day hair in this type of situation. It's kind of greasy. I don't typically have a problem with greasy hair, but this one is kind of greasy. So I'm just gonna take this ponytail down so you guys can see what is happening. Still smells clean. So one of my biggest tips is to try to not brush your hair from roots to ends at all, because all you're gonna do there is drag down any oils that are sitting up here, drag it down through the rest of the hair. And that is not what we want, because we want to preserve what's good and cancel out what's bad. So if I have to untangle my hair, which in this case I do, I just grab from the mids to ends and untangle it that way. You can see it's like pretty greasy. So now I'm going to spray some dry shampoo, and I have been using Batiste for a few years now, and I have here the beautiful brunette and the volumizing dry shampoo, and I'm going to use both of them. Just want to shake them up really good so that they spray on evenly. So I'm gonna start in the nape. So don't be afraid of the white powder. I know like some people like really can't do dry shampoo because of the white residue, but that's like the whole science behind it. Like it's just this dry powder form kind of going in there and soaking up all the oils. So I kind of just let it sit for a while. If my hair is like super greasy, then I definitely let it sit for a minute, you know. Okay, so now I'm just gonna rub it in really, really well. So now that we have the product rubbed in as much as possible, I'm gonna untangle it and kind of brush the product through so it's not just sitting up there if I didn't rub it in well enough. So I know that you could still see some residue on here, but you can already see that it doesn't look so greasy anymore. And we're not done yet, so just chill, girl. So the next step is gonna be to round brush your hair. So you're gonna be using a medium heat and low speed and a round brush. And what that's gonna do is like further work in the dry shampoo, which will also help it dissolve and look more natural. Fresh, clean hair that you can work with and get another day out of. So for today's curls, I'm going to be using a Hot Tools 1 1/4 inch curling iron with a clamp. I will also be setting my curls using these double prong clips, and these are professional, but I'm pretty sure you can get them like at Sally's or like on Amazon probably. So this is what they look like, and I'm just gonna have this box here ready to go. So before I get started with curling, I'm gonna prep my hair using the Schwarzkopf Repair Rescue, and this kind of is just gonna smooth out my hair and just help everything look nice and pretty and soft. And you wanna obviously stay away from the roots because we just did everything we could to make it look dry and, you know, tiny bits at a time. You want to warm it up into your hand first. So now I'm just going to section off the bottom half of my hair. Okay, so we're gonna start off by sectioning the bottom. It don't have to be like super small, but small enough that you can curl the hair into the curling iron. So instead of curling away from the face, we're gonna curl down towards the neck. So I'm gonna demonstrate here and then I will speed it up. So you're gonna curl and roll the curling iron up and then drop down and roll it up. Drop down, and you're going to keep dropping down until the ends get into the curling iron. Okay, and then you're going to drop the curl into your hand and make sure it stays nice and rolled up, not too tight, kind of loose. And then you're just going to take one of these pins and pin kind of at the root of it. The opposite side, you want to remember to let it come into the direction of your face. It's very easy to get confused and to curl it outward instead of inward. So I always have to use 2 hands on this side because it's my left side and it's kind of tricky. Down some extra hair. So my ear, the hair right above my ear, I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to smooth it in towards my face. That way it lays and like frames my face nicely. And then I'm going to curl this away from my face. Such a trend right now to leave out like an inch or 2 of hair on the ends, and that's really pretty and all, but that is more of like a casual laid back look, and this is more of a glam moment. So you're gonna roll it up away from the face, and then you're gonna pin right there. See, that just fell out. You cannot have that. We cannot have that fall out. We need it to set with the rest of the hair so that it remains nice and bouncy. And just to make it easy, just slip in another pin. Same thing on this side. So I always feel my hair like this, because once I feel the heat come through to my fingers, then I know I'm ready to move down. Because for this look, you really need the heat to create like a bouncy curl that lasts all day. So one tip is to just make sure that this tail end is always smoothed out before it gets fed in to the curl. It just makes the transition and the movement so much easier. I also keep moving it towards the center because I don't want it to get stuck at the base of the clamp, because it can get kinked and have this really weird finish to it, and it can get stuck. So this is definitely a skill that takes practice. It can get kind of hard, you know, but we are here to learn. And this piece right above my ear is going away from my face. To the last section. So for my personal preference, I do not pin the crown hair into curls, because since I have extensions, my crown hair is pretty short. So what I do is I just release out of the curling iron and just let it sit right there. It's essentially the same thing. I'm letting it set, but I'm not like giving it that little extra bounce. And these are all going straight down parallel to the ground. Again, no pin, just letting it sit right there. And my bangs I will leave for last. Since this here is right underneath my bang section, I do go away from the face. Now this here is the bang section, and so what I'm going to do is take diagonal sections, and I will be curling these diagonally back. And this one I'm doing kind of quickly and not going to leave it on for too long, because I want more of a big body wave instead of like a bouncy curl. I'm going to leave my bangs for last because I like to curl them into whatever is happening. This here needs to be re-curled. You can kind of see here that these ends didn't get as much curl as I intended, so I'm just gonna re-curl that. See, that end just wants to keep falling out. So I'm gonna release it. And I'm not gonna pin it, but I am gonna physically hold it there just for a few seconds. Never mind. I mean, this little one does not want to cooperate, so I am gonna pin it. Whatever, it'd be like that sometimes. Okay, so at this point, you just wanna let it set until there's no warmth on your head. Do your best not to spray any hairspray. I know that like sounds kind of contradictory to someone who doesn't do hair, and you would think that hairspray is going to make these curls stay in longer, but what it's actually going to do is just wet the surface of all of these curls, and it's a mess from there. Like, you really don't want to spray hairspray. What you can spray if you want is like a shine spray, or a shine spray. So I think I'm gonna start messing with my bangs, because I kind of want to do like a side bang, like, you know, 2010 kind bang. I'm going to just achieve that by bringing down the root straight down using a flat iron. While it's hot, I'm actually going to pin this root down. Okay, so this looks super crazy, I know, but you know, it's a process and we do what we gotta do to get to where we wanna be. So I'm gonna start taking these out. Who remembers these curls? We definitely lived through some rough styles, and this was one of them. Crusty. So now you're gonna take a bristle brush. My brush here has nylon and boar bristles. Okay, so what you're gonna do is completely brush through everything. So I'm also gonna go upside down, shake it out, and just do a bunch of crazy movements to my hair. So as I'm working my hair, I am using the Kristen S Working Texture Spray. It's very light, so it's not like super aggressive. So before I go any further, I'm going to give my bangs a little curl. I'm just lifting up some hair in the mid section, like around ear level, and I'm going to just give it a little back comb with the bristle brush. And then moving up, and you want to keep the back comb underneath the section. Don't raise up the section, just bring it out away from your face and come underneath it like so. The good thing about a bristle brush is that you can tease and just comb right over it and it remains like fluffy. So now I'm going to repeat the same steps on this side. If you need to, you can clip this away to get underneath here. So from underneath, you're just gonna tease at the base and then just gently work your way down and then just brush over the top of it. Midsection. I know it sounds crazy, but it works and it gives long-lasting fullness, and it doesn't look really teased once you're all said and done. So you don't really want to see much separation like these curls down here, and to get rid of that is that whole teasing all the way through the ends. And then connecting it to another curl and teasing it through and then brushing it out very, very softly. And then I'm gonna get some of that cream, just a teensy bit, that might be even too much. So I'm gonna just put that on the back of my hand and use it as needed. And I'm just putting it on the very, very tips of my fingers. And I'm gonna go through and smooth out all of my face framing hairs, just so that it looks nice and polished. Let's bring this side bang back. What do you guys say? Isn't it so cute? I feel like a side swoop is so sexy. Like, it has always been one of my favorite looks on a woman. And did I just say woman? It has always been one of my favorite looks on a woman. I feel like it's so sexy and mysterious and just, you know, I really like it. So this completes today's look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had so much fun creating something other than beach waves. Beach waves are fun and very trendy and in the now, and definitely takes a certain skill, but I think by now we've all mastered the beach wave. So hopefully you guys learned something new, and hopefully this hairstyle brings you a new look at your next event, like a wedding or I don't know, just a special event. It's nice to be able to learn different types of curls so that you can create different looks with the same head of hair, instead of just looking back and being like, oh, my hair is the same, it's the same, like for the whole decade, you know? I feel like that happens a lot to people. They just get stuck in the same pattern, and I'm here to help you change that. I really love to play with different curl patterns and different curling wand sizes and stuff like that. So if there's any other type of hairstyle you guys want to see, feel free to send me photos of inspo that you would like me to recreate, or to do a how-to or anything like that. Just send them over or drop it down in the comments, and I will gladly teach you guys how to achieve different types of curls. Anyways, that completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, follow me on Instagram. Please give me a thumbs up down below. See you guys in the next video.